Stop him. Kill him. Can't see him now. He's behind that rock.
Hey, no, to the right, to the right, to the right.
Right in front of us. 2 of them. Go to the left, get on him.
About 275 yards. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot. She's standing broadside.
Welcome to Predator Madness 4. Tooth, fang, and claw, you'll meet the Drury Outdoors team in the most ferocious reel of predator smashing action we've ever assembled.
In Predator Madness 4, we hit them hard, fast, and continuous with everything from rifles and PSE bows to snares and leghold traps for a final tally of over 40 kills. Our cameras stay locked on as the fur flies from Wyoming to Virginia, Alberta to Texas in a hard-hitting series of hunts you have to see to believe.
We start off in Wyoming with Tad Brown and the boys from Coda Hunts. Enjoy Predator Madness 4. As we always say, it was created for you.
First hunt of the year. We got to meet Dan and Kendall here in 35 minutes, and we got a 45-minute drive. So we come in last night. We just crossed the Great Divide down in Wyoming, crossed over, and we get down in here. The Red Desert lays beyond us to the west. And hopefully there'll be lots of coyotes willing to respond. We're gonna try out the new decoy. Anyway, like I said, we gotta get around. I'm running late and get after it.
Dan Stone. Kendall Johnson.
We're gonna go down here and set our decoy in this little opening down here where he's more visible. And then I'm just gonna back up in the brush within shotgun range. And these boys are gonna flank me on each side. We've got a great draw running up here, so we're gonna give him a try.
I think I hit him.
Oh, good shot.
Yeah. I don't know how I missed. I mean, I know I hit it, but I don't know how I didn't hit it good.
Oh, good shot, Dan.
Boy,
Kendall had it. I think he must have just grazed him right over there or something, but.
Oh, I think he was just giving you a sporting chance.
But boy, we called him in from about, I think that's close to 800 yards over to that ridge, isn't it?
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, if you made that shot, that's quite a shot.
I may as well quit now.
Because you better,
He ain't that far away.
He was hauling full out now.
I led him by about that far when I pulled the trigger. Yeah.
That creek bank cuts under like for a, like you set up on tight for a mink, and there's blood clear up on the upside, like where you do a smear set where he hits so hard.
I think it was only a matter of time before he'd have died for sure from the first shot, but.
Great hunt, boys, and I think the decoy helped us out. The great thing about the 3D part, the full body, is we had that broadside kind of quartering, and as he came, he had a view of that the whole way. But when he popped up there, if it'd been a silhouette, he wouldn't have been able to see it.
What was everybody's guess on this one?
Same about 31.
I was 35, Kenny was 30, you were 28. 28.24. 28.24.
It lost a lot of blood. It would have been
I
31.
think so.
Brains and blood.
I think so. And there's a little shoulder missing there, so you got to add 4 or 5 pounds.
All the dripping the whole way.
As you notice, when he ran, he wasn't quite running straight. He was kind of like a wheel with a weight going.
Still a good sized dog.
Nice coyote. Good adult coyote. And
Well, they're kind of furred up okay.
they're furred up good, I think.
Yeah, for October.
We just got done calling over there on that ridge across this holler over here. And there's some horses up here, and there's some coyotes eating on something dead. They couldn't hear us calling. So anyway, we drove across here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to slip up here behind these rocks and see if we can call to them. And if they won't come, we're gonna, maybe try to sneak up and get a shot. But anyway, we're gonna get up to these rocks and check them out.
They're still there. Kendall, do you want to call?
Yeah, I got him. Yeah, he is. I got him. Stop him. Kill him. Can't see him now. He's behind that rock. I'm on him.
I was howling and barking trying to get him to stop.
Oh yeah, I
and-
know. When they,
My goodness,
when
he
they got their mind made up.
Oh yeah, Kendall
Well,
got
good job, boys.
Yeah, that
Good
was
job.
I
That's
guess
the way we love it.
it's kind of funny that he picked that over. It's like a dead horse or something over there. It's much.
Oh yeah, they're selfish and
Yeah,
all that stuff. They're greedy. They'll get what they want.
opportunistic feeders, right?
Well, this is what you can expect from Coda Hunts and the boys with Coda Hunts. So we appreciate you boys hunting
Oh,
with
you know,
us.
Chad, it's
We
been a
really-
pleasure
really
meeting you.
do.
That was fun.
Behind
Yeah.
the behind the
fun,
camera,
amazing.
Kenny.
Yeah. Kenny's
good to meet you,
He's
man.
been hanging on us tight. Old Ken has.
Let's walk over and see what we got here.
Yep, look what a good size coyote. Well, it's a beautiful, well-furred Wyoming coyote and real light color. That's what the fur market's looking for, is that color like that. Look at that. That is one beautiful animal. And one very efficient predator. Look at them teeth. Look at those teeth. Good hunt, boys. Enjoyed it.
Yeah. Glad we could end off this way.
But, yeah, nice way to end it.
Did you guys honestly think that was going to happen?
No.
Me neither.
Yeah, grab a leg, not two.
Come this way, little. Here he comes. Here he comes. You nailed him. You nailed him. You nailed him.
That was a lucky shot. All I can say is take that, Mr. Coyote. we come in this beautiful valley here and start calling, and immediately we saw a coyote pop up out of the creek down here, and he come a little closer, and I don't know, I couldn't bring him across the creek. It's a pretty good poke, and I thought, well, I haven't fired my rifle today. I thought I'm gonna try him. He was very intimidated by our new coyote. I got our new coyote sitting down here facing him, and I got a piece of rabbit hide in his mouth. It looks super realistic. They spot it immediately and they concentrate on there. I mean, we've been over here talking and glassing and trying to figure out, and I don't think a guy would have got by with that otherwise if you hadn't had the decoy to take his attention. But I was hoping he'd come across the creek and try to take his rabbit away from this guy. But he's a pretty Wyoming coyote. I'll tell you what, these Wyoming coyotes, they're beautiful. They're prettier than ours back home. They got some white on them and real pretty, kind of what the fur industry is looking for and what people wearing fur coats are looking for. Anyway, I made a heck of a shot, a lucky shot, but he came in good and gave us a real good hunt.
Chad Flynn and I have been best friends since 1996. We were in the same fraternity, went to college together. I went down the pharmacy path, he went down the engineering path. This year we're hooking up to bow hunt whitetails in northern Missouri.
Jared and I are heading to our lease again. We've been hunting hard all week. Haven't seen the activity we want to see, so we'll see what happens.
days ago over this cut cornfield. Should be a good night. Out to the left, get on him, get on him. Actually had 3 doe fawns in the field, and they jumped and ran, and we didn't know what was going on. This coyote came busting in, stopped about 10 yards. He's all but done right now. We came in looking for deer, but we got a coyote down.
It's late October. Jared and I are up here on our new lease, brand new farm this year in northern Missouri. We've been hunting whitetails hard all week. We've had a lot of doe activity. We haven't seen too many of our mature bucks that we're after. Every night we've been out here, we've been having, whenever the coyotes start howling, the deer get spooked, and you can tell there's a lot of coyote pressure out here. New farms, we're learning about it. We had made the decision that any coyote we saw we were going to take just to try to reduce the coyote numbers out here. So he came out, presented a shot about 15 yards. New PSE X-Force did its job, 1 coyote down.
Okay, it's November the 11th. Jeff and I came into to a spot that Jeff knows all too well. He's taken a number of big deer in here. This is a great spot, transition zone. It's a funnel, got bedding on 2 sides of us, big cornfield here to the north of us. So I have a good feeling about this morning. I think I'm gonna get a crack. Jeff, there's a coyote coming in. Actually just getting ready to get out and stand, and he was about 50 yards away from him. Jeff squealed him in. I'm pretty sure I got a real good hit on him. I think he's laying over here about 50, 60 yards. So
we had real high expectations, and needless to say, we didn't see a deer. To 10 o'clock or so, Jeff and I were talking about maybe pulling out, and along comes this little guy, and he hung up on us about 50, 60 yards out. Jeff was able to squeal him in, and well, he come right in, and we had to hurry up, get in position, and Jeff was able to get the camera. We have got real good footage. Real excited anytime you can take a coyote with a bow. I went years and didn't take one, and 3, 4 years ago I learned the squealing trick with your hand, and man, that's the ticket. And worked out great. So.
3-year-old. Maybe 125, 130 inches. He'll be a stud next year. Morning's still early. Hopefully we get the big brother of the buck that just passed through here. About 80 yards from us. That sucker come in. I don't know where he come from. I was looking back up north up this draw, and Jeff's behind the tree watching this bedding area. We've had deer all over us this morning. This coyote, I guess, he come from the south. He was 15 yards away, but I had to reach around the tree and get Jeff's attention. This wind is hard enough that you can't hear, and the leaves are wet. He was severe quartering away about 40 yards. I had to thread an arrow through a limb over here. I didn't know if I could get the arrow through there, but apparently I did. He's laying over here dead.
The owner of the farm actually is a big bird hunter, so he's tickled anytime we can take coyotes off of his ground. So we're sure he'll be happy about this. It's November the 14th. Jeff and I have had a great hunt this morning. We've seen a real nice 3.5-year-old buck that we elected to pass, 125, maybe 130-inch deer. Not long after that, this coyote snuck in on us. We made a good shot. We're about probably 75 yards from the tree stand right now. Didn't see the monster this morning that we were after, but again, like I said before, anytime you can take a coyote with your bow, it's a good day.
It's an evening hunt. It's about 3 o'clock. Jeff and I got in here a little later than we'd hoped. He had some errands to run. My wife's upset with me, but I left her hanging closet doors. This spot we haven't been in this year. Jeff came in here a few days ago with Andy. It looks pretty hot, so we've got a log timber behind us. It's a lot of treetops, big cornfield, just over Jeff's shoulder here, to my left. The temperature's dropping. We're hoping they're going to be out here hitting this corn. The stage is set. Here comes a coyote. Here comes a coyote. That's the second coyote today. I've got a vendetta against those things. Way to go, man. 2 years ago, I killed about 160-inch deer on my dad's ground. It was an evening hunt. And I waited till the next morning to go find that deer. And the coyotes had just decimated that buck. I've got payback in my blood.
Unfortunately, we didn't see much, but this guy come in here about a half hour before dark, so was able to make a clean shot on him. So that makes 2 in one day. That's the second time that's happened to me, actually. I can't say enough about these Rage broadheads, 2-blade head. Not to get too graphic, but that did a number on this coyote. He didn't go 25, 30 yards. Twice I've killed 2 coyotes in one day.
It's another trapping season. We took the year off before, we're back at it. And we just rolled out of the state of Illinois. We had a lot of fun in the snow with some of our good friends there at Hadley Creek Outfitters. We're gonna speed things up. We're going to work, baby. It's Virginia, it's trapping season. Here we go.
First morning, going in to check our traps, and we caught something we wasn't expecting. We've caught the mass bandit, the raccoon. Not really a predator in mine and Eric's eyes. You know, this is one of the nice things about the way we trap is this is not a target species or target animal, so we're gonna let him go, and he's gonna be no worse for the wear, so. Calm down, little buddy, I'm here to help you. Hey, quit that. Look at it, he's tough. You're letting the 5-pounder raccoon get the best of you, aren't you? Now what am I gonna do? We get the little guy out of the trap, he scurries up the hill, and you know, no big deal, we let him go. But let me tell you something, that's actually the best of what happened to us the next few weeks.
Basically, zero, nada, nothing. And you know, after a while, we were getting pretty frustrated and thinking, man, are we gonna hang this up?
Dude, if you lost your absolute mind. I'm a real trapper now. Let me see. We ready to go? Check his trap? I hope nobody saw me.
Do you have any idea how crazy my partner is and what I've gotten stuck with? He's nuts.
You got everything?
Let's go. Waiting on you.
I'm a trapper.
So thus far this year, trapping for Chris and I has been an absolute train wreck. We have 1 raccoon to our catch.
Well, little do we know, with all the bad luck we were having, by us doing a favor for a friend, things were about to turn around.
We made a new friend one day at a school presentation that we were putting on for Drury Outdoors, Hunter Milgram. And I tell you what, we knew within an instant this guy was on the same page we were, and we decided we were gonna start trapping with him.
Well, Eric and I have been trapping for, you know, several seasons now, but we had no idea that this young man was going to teach these 2 old dogs a few new tricks.
Here we go. It's our first week of trapping. We're going out to check some new traps. We've got Hunter with us. It's been a little slow this far. Maybe today's the day.
We've been checking traps all morning. Don't have anything yet, but we set them on 3 or 4 different farms. And we've also got a couple of water traps, so we're heading to the last farm. Hopefully we'll have something this morning. If not, we got plenty of time. We're in this old fallow field. It's grown up cedars all throughout it, and there's an old roadbed. And Hunter set this set just off the old roadbed, just like we have in the past. And sure enough, got our first coyote of the year. We got him. First coyote of the year right here, baby. What an awesome catch, what an awesome coyote. But you know, we were sitting there filming him, we were walking up to him, and he starts howling. And you hear him at night, and you know, it's kind of an eerie feeling. But let me tell you something, be 30 yards from one when it's doing it. It'll put chills up your spine. It should make it good for tomorrow morning because of the cat circle and the scent and stuff. Do you need to kneel down or are you okay?
No, I'm fine.
All right, man, let's go get this thing out and get this trap set reset. Good job.
You know, this was the perfect example of going in an old fallow field with an old roadbed through a big cedar thicket, and Hunter going over to the side of it, putting a big mound of grass out. It's pretty similar to us using a hole like a mouse hole, and he made that coyote step exactly where he wanted to. It's our first coyote, and hopefully now things are just gonna start rolling.
Well, there you go. We're rocking and rolling. Hunter's teaching these old dogs some new tricks. We've got one in a bag, and the season just keeps on going. Well, it's been a good day so far. We've got 1 farm left, and it's just water traps. We've got a couple of water traps set, which is new for me and Eric, so hopefully we got something there.
Yeah, I'm excited to be checking.
Well, Hunter's got permission to trap on this particular farm, and it's got this beautiful creek running right through the middle of it. And he found these river otters living in this particular area of that creek about 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, Hunter has honed his skills a little bit on exactly where he wanted to put his traps. He's got almost 1.5 years of actual time invested in trying to catch one of these river otters. And I tell you what, we're pretty excited. We've been checking some tracks the last couple of days. He hasn't got one. Hopefully today's the day.
This is our water sets. Eric and I, this is the first year we've ever done any water sets. And we're kind of new to this. And Hunter, the other day we was in here setting them, and he had to completely explain this to us because we didn't know anything about it, but I'd like to catch something.
There he is.
What is an otter?
Big otter. Check
All
it
right,
out.
man.
Yes.
An otter. That's like the holy grail of water trapping.
Wow, let's go get him.
Unbelievable. The first week that Hunter's tried of the 08 season to catch a river otter, and he's got one. All that hard work has finally paid off for him.
I've worked hard for this one.
In Virginia, the two hardest things, in our opinion, to catch are otters and bobcats. And this is our very first otter. It's our 3rd year trapping, and that's our first otter. And Hunter's been actually after this otter, or there's a couple right here in this area for what, 2 or 3 years now?
2 years I've been trying to trap these otters right here. Last year I just never had no luck with him, but this year it paid off. Patience always helps.
Now that's a pretty sight. Talk about an awesome day. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's go.
You know, it was a lot of fun learning something outside the box with water trapping. Hunter went out, he set a goal for himself. I mean, this kid's 16 years old. He set out to catch a river otter. He'd never done it, and he did it. And it was an absolute awesome, big 27-pound male. And, you know, it's something he'll have in his trophy room for the rest of his life.
Well, because the weather's been just so unpredictable this season, Hunter decided for the next couple of weeks we were just going to use snares. Well, you saw it on Predator Madness 3. You know, Corey and Louie had a ton of luck with those snares. We've personally never tried it, and we just set a ton out. And, you know, even if it rains, it freezes, whatever, snows, you don't have to go and mess with them.
Well, we're getting ready to start checking his line. He's got about, what, 24 out right now?
Around that.
Let's go check them. All right. Yeah, man, got a coyote in the snare. First one for us. Well, you know, when we started trapping again this year, we were really lucky. We've started off great. You've got a coyote to trap. You've got a giant otter, which was really cool. Now we're snaring, which is something totally new to Chris and I. And Hunter's teaching us the whole way. Got a great dog this morning. I tell you what, man, it's awesome. It's going great.
Well, here it is a few days later. Different farm, same scenario. We've got this huge fence line running and just a couple of different holes throughout the bottom of the fence with our snares. Using these snares is something new for us. You know, it's just a great way to continue your trapping season, and you don't have to have a lot of money or a lot of time.
Well, sure enough, we pull up, Chris and Hunter get up there to the first snare in the fence line, and bam, we've got a coyote.
All right, man. I think it's a dog. That's a pretty one, isn't it? Look at that silver. Look at that silver stripe going down through his back.
We're picking up speed. We're checking some more snares. Down the same fence line, we've got an absolute giant bobcat.
This is unbelievable, Hunter. We're not 100 yards down this fence from where we caught this coyote. Well, here we sit, another successful day. We've got a bobcat and a coyote within 100 yards of each other. I tell you, it's one of these situations you'll learn as a trapper. You've always got to fight the weather. It seems it's always against you, but you got to learn how to adapt. Good job, man. Great job.
Trapping season thus far has been absolutely awesome. It was a great move on our part because we changed our luck. We hooked up with Hunter.
It's getting toward the end of the season. We're hoping we can just catch one more.
Well, sure enough, we go to the last farm that we're trapping with Hunter this year, and it was a nasty day, 40-mile-an-hour winds. The night before, however, was great in the fact that we had a huge high-pressure system pushing in, that we knew that the predators should have been up on their feet, and sure enough, when we got to the farm, they had moved.
All right, brother, we got a double. Yeah. Our first double of the year. Look down there. They're not 30 yards from each other. We're gonna go ahead and dispatch these coyotes. As you can see, they're 30 yards apart from each other. Hunter's gonna go ahead and take care of it, but we're gonna do this before we get blown away. It's crazy windy right now. All right, Hunter, let's go get them, buddy.
Let's go get them.
Good job. Well, what a way to finish up our 08 season. You know, we hooked up with a young man, Hunter, and you know, he taught us some stuff that we didn't know. He taught us about water traps, about snares, and obviously he's fairly successful at what he does.
We ended up with 6 coyotes, a bobcat, and an absolute giant river otter. And I tell you what, he put the ultimate of all ultimate exclamation points on an awesome season, and who knows what the next year will hold.
We're Spring Meadows Outfitters up here in northwestern Nebraska, and we come up here with Monty Trampy to chase a few coyotes here in the sand hills. And we've had a pretty entertaining drive in. We saw some game on the road. We saw a big old pretty coyote, and we saw a real nice big drop time mule deer cross just down the road here a little bit. So we know there's big muleys in the country. We know there's coyotes in the country. So. Rutting activity going on this morning. I hope them coyotes are that active. Well, let's get on back here before we lose our morning charm.
Monty says we're going to slip up over this rise here, and there's a bunch of what he calls chops, these broken hills, and then there's a meadow back over there, so we're going to call into that stuff. He said it's going to be close, so I'm going to pack a shotgun. Put the decoy on this knob, and you can kind of lay here and watch this backside, and I'll take the shotgun and watch this up here. Good shot, Monty. That's what we're after there, ain't it, buddy? He popped out there and checked the scene out, saw the coyote, come right on down, stopped again to check it out, and when he stopped again, he offered Monty a great shot. Cameraman had him. Well, that was a good hunt, Monty. Yes. We made a good shot on that coyote. We thought on this hunt, we talked about it in the truck, we'd use electronic calls. Monty run the pup distress twice, and then went to the cottontail. Boy, shortly after that, here she popped up and spotted the lone howler, the decoy, and she broke and come right off the hill there, and then stopped and offered a great shot to Monty. I don't know if she'd come on down or not, but she was definitely, you know, she probably raised some little ones this year, and she was checking it out. So if nothing else, motherly instinct. So we got lots of sand hills to call. Let's just keep moving with the wind in our face and the sun to our back.
Sounds good.
That was a great hunt. Good shot, buddy.
Thank you. We on a roll now, buddy.
That was awesome.
Man, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
That was cool. Well, we like to say we're on a roll now without jinxing ourselves. This was the next set after that last coyote, and boy, she played perfect. The decoy was the trick. I mean, she was glued on that thing. She had no clue that we were here, and it's so hard to hide from a coyote in the first place, let alone when you got a couple of you and you got a cameraman and a camera. I mean, it's... Well, let's run over there and pick him up. Well, he played right. He come nice and easy. I like it when they do that.
Yeah.
Nice shooting so far, Monty.
Thanks.
You want to go back and take a nap, or
Yeah,
you want to hunt?
good.
You want to keep on hunting? I'll vote for hunting, buddy.
I think we better hunt the way it's starting to go.
This is our first set of the morning. It's just getting good camera light. We're clear to the back end of the property. The neighbor over here said that we can call into his country and we can shoot into his country. He just don't want us over there, but we can retrieve a coyote. So we're gonna go back up his fence line and call where we might pull something out of his property right in here. So that's nice of him to allow us to do that. It gives us a little more ground to hunt, and then we're gonna work our way with the wind in our face back out of here.
Well, another one played right, Monty.
If we didn't get one called in here, I was gonna be upset. It looks pretty good.
What I was doing was watching those geese. I thought, wow, I heard those geese light up, and I thought, I was watching those geese, and I knew Kenny was filming the geese, and all of a sudden you go squeak, squeak, and when I saw it standing there, I'm like, how in the world did she get there that quick?
She wasn't there, and all of a sudden she was there, and I'm like,
I don't know, I got to thinking, I kind of outshot him out from under you.
nope, I was about ready to tell you to go ahead and take him anyway.
Well, that don't matter. I don't care who shoots him, but I don't know. When a coyote comes, I get so excited, and I'm talking to the cameraman, to Kenny, and it's almost like I'm the only one on the earth at that moment, and you got your heart up in your throat, and you're like, oh, here she is, I got to get her,
Just take her. Good job, congratulations.
Yep, that was a great hunt. Well, let's go down there and pick
see
her
what we got.
Across the fence over there's the neighbors, but we do have permission to call to that and shoot across the fence. He just didn't want us driving around over there. So anyway, we appreciate his generosity. Typically you'd have to stay back of the fence quite a distance to call this country or call them through the fence, and he was nice enough to allow us that privilege. And anyway, that's a nice landowner to let a guy do that, hunting coyotes. Pretty coyote. Anyway, that was a good hunt. She played nice, and We got lots of daylight left. Let's get her and get to the truck, and we'll try another set.
Well, our season has changed. We got winter. In about 2 days, we went from 40, 50 above to 10, 15 below. It is cold today. It's below zero all day. We're gonna go out and try to get some coyotes. They should be really hungry because of this change in weather. We've got a little bit of snow, but we can still be able to get around and be able to get to good calling spots. You got him, Jeff.
Huh?
You got him.
Oh.
That single turned into a double. Did you see them coming in? That was incredible. We got them both. Nice, mature female coyote. That single turned into a double. Well, I guess this change in weather made the difference. These coyotes came in hungry. That call was going for maybe a minute, and these coyotes came busting over the hill. We thought it was one, and then it turned into two. We did hit both of them. This one we just found, and we're gonna go try to get the next one.
Hey, I'm Brian. Corey's my uncle. He asked me today to go out and do a little hunting with him. He says he's been getting a lot of coyotes lately, and I've had the itch to go out, and it just never seems to work out to where we can go out together and try and get some coyotes. Well, today it worked out, and we're gonna go out and hopefully have a little luck here. Yes, we got another coyote today. Got one earlier. Camera wasn't quite on him yet at the time, but we got one this time. That coyote came out, man, just running, did not want to stop. Finally just kept lip squeaking him. He stopped, and that's the last time he ever looked at us. Nice kill shot, nice broadside shot. Really nice shot. Another one in the books. Let's go pick him up. Excited to see what he looks like. Boy, had a nice coyote, huh? Nice looking coyote. Nice shot. Maybe a little high, but still nice shot. Take it. Nice coyote, first week in November. We're out here today on about our fourth stand. Getting a little windy out. Still got him in though. Came running across, finally got him. He stopped. Shot him, but man, for first week in November, this coyote is nice and prime. Looks real nice fur on him. It's gonna get tougher from here on out hunting coyotes. We got deer season opening up next weekend. Everybody's gonna be out walking, getting them stirred up, shooting them. So it's a real good feeling to get one before deer season. It's gonna get a lot tougher from here on out.
Now, Corey and I got together this year again for the predator season, and we thought all of our snares that we built last year worked out great for last year, you know. Really didn't have a whole lot of expectations in catching anything in that cable with a loop around it. It's a wonder I had caught anything last year with the way I was building these snares. So I got some new parts in, and it was just unbelievable the difference in the speed of these snares. So we went out and set just a very few of them out right down from my house, and you know, it wasn't long I was catching coyotes. You know, I caught 3 pretty quick, and I thought, man, we need to step this thing up a notch, and we're gonna put some foothold traps out. We got some traps in, and you know, I boiled some of them down and dyed them and waxed them, and really just couldn't wait this year to get out and set some of them out. Our goal this year is to catch 1 bobcat. You know, the coyotes are gonna come pretty regular because we got a ton of coyotes around here, but the bobcat is really what I'm most after. You know, that's like killing a Boone and Crockett deer for me to catch a bobcat. One of my buddies had killed a deer the last day of bow season.
And they're gonna give me the carcass, so I'm gonna take the carcass up to the farm and put it out. Maybe we got about 11 more days, hopefully we'll catch a bobcat. I think I'm gonna wire this deer up. We got him some fresh meat, so I'll go ahead and get this thing in here and get it wired up to the tree. There we go, got it all wired up. I guarantee you something will be on it quick. Today's Sunday, I'm gonna leave it out till Wednesday, and then I'm gonna come in here on Wednesday and put some traps on it.
Corey calls me up a few days later and he said, man, I caught a big coyote in a foothold trap, and it's just unbelievable coming up on this thing, jerking around on that chain.
Got a couple traps I need to check here before we get to work. It's almost 8 o'clock. Got a picked soybean field here. We got a CRP strip that's been mowed. These coyotes they just go up and down here. It's a good place for rabbits, and mice, and everything else to hide in. I put in a couple sets, and well, we'll see what happens. It was 23 degrees yesterday morning, so they should have moved pretty good last night, I would guess. Bingo, baby, there he is. Coyote City. Look here, laying down. Booyah!
So, you know, that really got me pumped up. He was pumped, I was pumped for him, and now I was really wanting to catch something bad. And what I've got in here, I got some flake antifreeze. This kind of helps that ground from freezing to that trap. Take that wax paper and stick it right underneath that pan. It kind of helps keep any of the dirt from getting under that pan and freezing where that pan won't go off. And then when we put dirt back over it, use peat moss. That peat moss won't freeze up near as bad. What I'll do, I'll put a stick right here. And then we'll put them reeds all the way around through here. And then when an animal comes in here and he steps over that stick, and when he steps over that stick, he should land on that big pan, and bam, should have him. Here in Kentucky, on land traps, you have to be 10 foot apart with your traps. And I was able to get 3 traps on this deer carcass. Well, I guess probably went there about 4 or 5 days, didn't catch anything, and by golly, we finally got us a double. We got a coyote and a fox. We got this fox over here over here where I got this deer carcass. We made a cane pole set's what I call it. And then it looks like we got a big old coyote over here in a snare in this fence line. We'll pull up here and take care of these sunbucks. What is that over there? Oh my God, I got a bobcat too. Holy smokes. You're kidding. I can't believe this. I didn't even know the bobcat was in there. We just now come over here to check out this fox. I've got a fox and a bobcat and a coyote all in the same day. This is totally unbelievable. Oh my gosh. It doesn't get any better than this. A triple on predators, 1 of each predator, same morning, same spot on my farm. This is unreal.
That is one vicious animal right there. Oh man, those things are beautiful. And you know, I don't know how many of those things I've got on my farm. I've never laid eyes on one of them. We're gonna go ahead and dispatch this coyote. You know, that's a full-grown coyote and male on top of that, so get them out of here. So we'll get him loaded up, get over here and dispatch these other two predators, and we'll be on our way.
Unbelievable. 3 predators, all 3 here in Kentucky, right here on my farm, the same morning, all within, well, the bobcat and the fox was within 11 foot of each other, and then the coyote was about 40 yards away. Man, that's it for me. You know, that's the ultimate goal. I don't think you can get any better than this.
Talk about a frustrating coyote season so far. 3 misses. I don't know if it's just bad luck or early winter or whatever, but guys called in 5 different coyotes and had 3 misses so far.
It's January 13th. We're southeast Kansas. We're about 25 miles from the Oklahoma border. Coyotes are just starting to dog good. Today we're just going to do some howling. It's that time of year when they're a little easier to howl in. Those coyotes roam a lot of distance, so you'll find a lot of adult males roaming. Been a lot of activities just starting to get good here mid-January. So.
Hup, hup, hup.
Man, I put a smack on him about 200 yards. He was trying to circle us, trying to get downwind of us. But luckily, we got it done. The wind was swirling just off this hillside here, and it wasn't going to be much longer. He was going to have our wind, so I made a good shot on him. And let's go check him out. Come on.
We just saw a bobcat in a brush pile just driving by, so we just went on by him about 1/8 of a mile. We're on a vacated county road here, and we're going to park here. We're about 1/8 mile past him. We're going to sneak back up the road. There's an old cedar tree stump right there just beside it. It'll be a great place for a backstop. I can get in there against it, and let's see if that cat, see if we can get him to pipsqueak him a little bit. Maybe he'll come out and play with us. Let's do it.
got him. Wow, that worked perfectly. I tell you what, we are set up only about 50 yards from this brush pile on this vacated road here in southeast Kansas. And I tell you what, the only call I could think of that I could use and not blow them out is the new Pipsqueak by Mad. It is awesome. Just a little coaxer. Man, it didn't take no time. That cat came right out of the brush pile. Contact, awesome. Let's go check him out.
All in all, what can you say? Only took about 5 minutes and that cat came out just to see what was going on. To his demise, it was his last checkup. So what a fun time here in southeast Kansas. Here's my research and development team right here. Whenever I get a new call from Matt, I'll just try it on these house cats. And if the house cats love it, bobcats really love it. This Pipsqueak gets the bomb. Decided it was time to go up to Lawrence, Kansas and hook up with my cousin, Mark Shoemaker. Mark and I have been calling coyotes since we were kids, probably since the 70s. And I tell you what, we always have fun. Sometimes we get it done, sometimes not.
Well, we're hunting public land today, and we're just a few miles outside a fairly large metropolitan area, Lawrence, Kansas. And there's 9,000 acres of free hunting around this lake, and we're utilizing it today. A lot of times, just in your own backyard, people don't think about it or think maybe it's overhunted. We're willing to put out a little effort today and hike back in about 1.5 miles to the interior. A lot of times that's what it takes when you're on, especially on public ground, a little extra effort.
Mark had used his howler, squealed a little bit with the rabbit distress, and this little female coyote came right in and up through a stubble field. It was so cold that morning, my camera did not record for about 17 seconds of pre-roll on that coyote coming up.
That's what I'm talking about, mister. So he just came right out the corner there and just trotted along and come up and circled us trying to get our wind. Stopped him right out there. Just done deal. Tax dollars at work. Yeah.
Mark got it done with his little 17 rimfire. It was just awesome.
Came right downwind, like they're supposed to. Circled into the wind.
What a great time. Some public hunting, an area that gets overlooked quite a bit, but it all worked out that day.
You know, in October of '07, Mark and Terry, they brought me aboard and hired me on as a full-time cameraman for them, and I tell you what, it's been a lot of fun. It's been great. You know, we really enjoy doing our predator hunting, and, you know, something that most people take for granted, and I even used to as well, but, you know, after serving 4 years in the Marine Corps, 2 tours of duty over in Iraq, it puts things in perspective. You get to see how lucky we are, you know, as Americans, get to do pretty much whatever we want. I'm on my way back from Columbia doing a fur trading auction segment with Tad Brown.
We're here at Columbia, Missouri at the Boone County Fairgrounds. Today is the 13th of February, which is the 3rd Missouri Trappers Association fur auction. The Trappers Association hosts this auction, and part of the perks is being a member, you get to sell here. A lot of fur buyers from different states, Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, Nebraska, converge here, and then trappers and predator hunters come and sell their fur. Anyway, I've got a few coyotes, foxes, bobcats, and raccoons that I've trapped and called, and we'll see what happens, see what fur's bringing. Anyway, I'm kind of excited to see what's bringing. The fur market's up this year, and it's a great way to get some extra use out of your coyotes once you call them in and harvest them. And we got more cats now than we used to have, so I think they're easy to call. I think they're easy to trap. You just got to be on location and be within earshot of them. If I find tracks in the snow and set a trap, usually you're going to catch that cat, and it may take several days for him to come back through. And then when he does, lots of times they approach the set, and it may take them 2 or 3 visits to get caught, but eventually you'll catch them. They're real finicky, and one day they're in one mood and the next day they're in another.
Okay, so the other one down there, got a blue ribbon on it, went right down.
One of the things I look forward to at these auctions is the atmosphere. Another thing that's neat to see is the variety of fur that's offered. Typically, I'm going to say raccoons are probably the #1 fur bearer that's sold here, but lots of coyotes, red, gray foxes, bobcats. This year I even saw groundhogs. I didn't even know there was a market for groundhog hides, but I think that's great that whoever's harvesting those groundhogs is skinning them and getting some good out of the hide. With the expansion of the bobcat, there's some folks here from Iowa taking DNA samples. We allowed them to snip a little piece of hide off of our cats. They're doing a study because the cats are expanding up into Iowa, and Iowa, in fact, has a bobcat season this year for the first time. So our fur bearers aren't going away. They're actually multiplying, and they're adapting to human invasion, and they're still thriving, and the fur market's still a thriving industry.
I'm on my way back from Columbia doing a fur trading auction segment with Tad Brown. And him and I were both commenting on how today would just be a really nice day to be out in the woods trying to coyote hunt. It's the first clear day after a 2-day snowstorm. Temperatures are kind of up, everything's starting to melt, and I really think they're going to be on the move. So as long as we set up undetected, we should be able to call something out. Well, we got set up. Got the lone howler decoy out in the field. We're back in the brush, and now all I got to do is call and see what comes out.
All right, well, we're set up. We're calling across a cut cornfield. We've got a brushy creek bottom on the other side. And in the past, we've always had really good luck calling coyotes out of that brushy creek bottom. So maybe we'll get lucky again today. Who knows? Yeah, I got him. Take it.
Yeah, baby. Woo!
Nuts.
That was awesome. I mean, probably only called him for 6 or 7 minutes. I could hear something coming through the woods, and I wasn't sure if it was a cat or not, but I figured it was. And he popped out, and he never took his eyes off of that decoy. I mean, he was just lasered in on it. That could not have worked any better. Awesome. This spot works every time. And you know, I really got to lend some credit to these new mossy oak patterns. They got their mossy oak brush and their mossy oak duck blind pattern, and it really does help conceal you. That in conjunction with the lone howler decoy, I mean, he had no clue we were there. I mean, he came in right on a string. We knew the spot was good. It's worked for us several times in the past, and we always wait for those right circumstances, such as today. I'm pumped. It's a great day, and I'm gonna get back out there later on next week and try to get back at him again.
Gosh, can't wait for that January, February time to roll around. It's time to go to South Texas. Going down to hunt with Ty Ptowskowitz. We're going South Texas, about 60 miles from the Mexico border. Big ranch that Ty has connected with down there over his years of his management work. But anyway, South Texas, here we come. You know, nothing superstitious about us hunters. Gonna get a haircut before I leave town. But I'm also getting a little bit tired of this beard. I think my hunting luck has not been as good since I went back to a full beard. So I'm gonna get my beard shaved off back to a short beard, as they call it. So that's what I'm gonna do here this morning before I head to Texas. Look at us go. I just decided I was gonna change my luck. I'm gonna get a haircut, trim that beard back to the, what do you call those?
A goatee?
A goatee, yes.
Well, I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it, but something like that.
Yeah. Superstitious as it may be, I'm back to a goatee. I'm off to South Texas, gonna hook up with Ty. We're heading south. "7 hours to Weatherford, Texas, hooked up with Ty, and we loaded up."
We're gonna have to put my bag in the back.
Hey, dude, I just got a haircut.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
Got shaved and
I
all.
need a haircut.
Got rid of my beard. How many day trip is this? 3-day trip. What is wrong with people?
Well, we would get it all to fit, but Dan brought his hair dryer. Yeah, get a look at that.
Yeah, the hair dryer. And then we were off to Hebronville, Texas, one of my favorite spots because it's so rich with predator. We were merely riding down the road. Saw this cat at over 250 yards. That's a long ways. I got him. My first Texas bobcat. Can you believe it? We've only been here an hour and a half, riding around getting some things ready for tomorrow. We've already made a blind. Ty made me do all the work. Hot and sweaty. Took a little ride. It's cooled off to a mere 70. We're riding down the Senderos Road. There's the bobcat. Man, I jumped out of the truck, sat down here, braced up good. Pow! Got him. About 225 yards. Let's go check him out. Holy cow. There he is. There he is, man. My first Texas bobcat. Wow. It's a big male, too. Holy cow.
I think Dan's come back to redeem himself. We're back here in South Texas, and today, I think he's got his A game on. He's been practicing over the last year, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, it's a great start to this South Texas version of Predator Madness 4.
How about that encore with the 204 barrel?
How about it? I don't know if I could even shoot something like that.
It's on, dude. Let's get another one.
Let's go.
We were driving by and we saw one of them. We've been doing a little sneak on him, and all of a sudden another one came up. Looks like a big male came up, tried to breed the female. She isn't having any of it, so he just laid down next to her. And we're just trying to close the distance a little bit here. Looks like it's going to be about a 300, 350 yard shot. That's the best we're going to be able to do here. So, one will be nice, two will be great. I don't know.
Good stuff right there. He'll stop. He doesn't know where the shot came from. Maybe.
Too far.
We've got a full moon, cold weather. Coyotes usually have to eat a lot more meat when it's cold outside. We're at about 14, 16 below right now, and expected to get down to right around 22, 23 below tonight. So they've got to move a lot more, they got to eat a lot more. So this should be a good hunt tonight. I've got him in camera. Okay, let's take him.
You hit him.
Well, that's what you get when you don't make a good shot. I hit that coyote a little bit low. Night hunt is night hunt. He jumped up, which told me I hit him low. And I knew I hit him. I could tell I hit him through the scope. We see it through the camera. He took off. He took off at a pretty good pace. So you gotta do the best you can to find the critter. Tracked it down. And now, unfortunately, my hunt's probably over for the day. I'm too sweated up. I'll freeze real fast. It's not a good situation from here on out, so I'm probably done hunting for the day.
All right, well, it's February 23rd. We have the weekend off. We're gonna head out to my friend Will's lease.
Door's locked. Morning, Will. Morning. Ready to go kill some stuff? I guess.
All right, well, I've been friends with Will since high school. He's a great guy. He's always been a really good person to go hunting with, and he's always a lot of fun. He says he's got plenty of coyotes out there for us, and hopefully we can get one. We got out there, we got dressed, we got all of our stuff on, got the guns ready, the decoy out, and got our first setup. Didn't do any good there, but we kept trudging on, got to our second setup, and we had a feeling that something good was really going to happen.
Got a pretty sweet setup.
It's a high, brushy slope that overlooks brushy creek bottoms, and it just looks like coyote country. Got him, he's down. Oh, good. Well, there goes the other one. Got him? That's okay. Yeah, baby, woo! You know, we don't even have a lot of back cover. I mean, look at this. Wearing this new mossy oak duck blind and brush pattern, and I tell you what, it works. He came right into that decoy, 2 of them. We had 2 of them. Unfortunately, we're hunting over a little lip. And because of the lip, I don't know how good the footage was. My cameraman says he was on him. I think he could only see his head. But we had to take the shot because the wind was starting to swirl and starting to switch. And I could tell the one on the left, he kind of knew something was up. But the right one, which must have been the dominant male, he wanted to come in and kick that decoy's butt, and he came to within, I don't even know, 10 yards, 15 yards? You know, I wasn't about to let him get away, so. I guess we did the best we could. You hit record, right? you know, it was a great hunt. It happened fast, but it was great. And that was pretty sweet, huh, Will? We wish we could have gotten the second one, but
yeah, just the way these hills are set up, I couldn't see them.
Yeah,
he was in a bad spot.
It's a great day, great hunt, and we got a few more setups to try and hopefully do some good there. All right, well, we had a pretty good hunt there with Will. We're gonna drop him off, head to another place. We still got a little bit of light left, and I'm gonna put Dustin behind the gun. I'm gonna get behind the camera because he's been filming me pretty much all winter. So we're gonna try to get at it and see what happens.
We're trying to hurry here. We're a little bit late.
That's really one of our best times when we're able to actually call him in. So we weren't too concerned.
It could be good.
I've known my friend Dustin back since we were 18. We were really good friends. We always hunted with each other. And after September 11th, we ended up joining the Marine Corps together. And between the two of us, we have 5 tours in Iraq.
He liked something. Too bad it wasn't like January 10th or something. It's a pretty cool encounter though. It's always good to see a fox in the woods. You don't see very much of them anymore. Moving on to the next spot.
You know, we would love to take that fox, but they weren't in season. The only thing that was in season at the time was coyotes, but it's still a really neat encounter, and it's not something that happens all too often.
You know, Hebbronville, Texas is one of my favorite spots. It is so predator rich. Gosh, the bobcat ratio's gotta be phenomenal. The last day, we got out my favorite tool when you're in Texas. You better have a high rack.
Can you believe that? I shot right to the right of that dog. Low percentage shot. Facing me. He only got a target about that wide.
Shot and missed him bigger than life.
I'm consistent today. You know, a guy drives 980 miles to miss coyotes.
No contact.
We just pulled up to our third set, and I glassed. I thought it was a coyote at first. It's a bobcat. He's laying down out in the Senderos Road. This fence line is where 2 ranches have now become one, and he's laying right out in the Senderos Road, trying to catch maybe a nap, a cat nap. Maybe he's sleeping because he hasn't responded to the call. So let's see if I can get him. always helps to wait till they turn broadside. How about it, Todd?
Talk about that. You're just a cat man.
That's all I can hit is cats, man. Coyotes are twice the size. You think I can hit one today? However, I waited till he turned sideways, which I should have done on all the coyotes this morning. And wow, that was exciting. About it. Tell you what, you talk about a memorable morning, South Texas, 2 coyotes, one about 150 yards, one about 100 yards. I miss them both. Low percentage shots, facing straight on at me. We went up to our 3rd set, pulled up, and this cat was bedded down, just down this old fenceway. She was just laying there taking a little nap. I used the new Mad pipsqueak, I call it, and she just laid there for a little bit and then finally stood up, stretched, and got a little bit interested and was going to maybe try to go downwind of us. So I didn't give her the chance. Took the shot. It was about a 125-yard shot, and just the 204 with the old Encore made its mark. But what a beautiful, beautiful South Texas bobcat. Big female. I guess I'll be called, what'd you call me, Gato?
Gato Bob.
I'm Gato Bob Dan, because I just have had no luck, absolutely no luck with coyotes this trip. And 2 bobcats instantly. One, we were only here less than an hour, and one on the last day, and just couldn't have had a better time. What a great time here in South Texas. Got to thank Ty for inviting me down, and definitely a trip I'll never forget. Bobcat City today. I like it.
We decided to go a little bit outside the box today and choose a different spot. And we've never hunted coyotes up here, so we're kind of going in blind. So you kind of drive around until you find a spot that looks good. Well, we've just found a spot that looks real good. We've got CRP grass all around. We've got crop. We've got a nice hill to sit on. We've got some plots ground that we're actually hunting on, which is a North Dakota. The state pays farmers themselves, and we're gonna get out here and give it a whirl. We don't know what to expect. We don't know where they should be coming from, so this could be interesting.
He's to the left, he's to the left.
I might have hit him a little lower than what I thought. It turned out he's ranging. Now if I'm ranging him, he's about 250, 260, somewheres in there. And I shot him for about 150. These hills play tricks with you, but it worked out. There's no doubt about that. We got a dead coyote on the ground. Found a piece of twine on the way back. Otherwise, I'd really been hurting. Holy cow. This here is about as big as what they come as far as a female around these parts anyway. She's pushing just about 40 pounds, mid high 30s I'd say. The bullet hit a little bit low, took the heart out, but it was low on the heart. So I was about 2 inches away from missing her completely. So be careful if you're hunting cold weather like this.
don't overexert yourself, take lots of breaks. This took me about a half hour to drag her back up to where we were hunting. If that's any indication, you really got to take your time. Just don't get overworked. Deep snow, cold weather, it's a bad mix. Overall, we've got a coyote on the ground. Perfect situation, perfect finish.
Well, it's the end of March. We're going to give her one last hurrah. We're waiting for the sun to come up. It's still pretty dark. We got out here a little bit early. I think we're a little bit anxious. But we got some new snow, and with that new snow, we're hoping the coyotes are out hunting. We're going to see if we can't at least get one more, wrap up the season. Smacked him! Yes! Oh, that coyote came perfect. Followed the path it should have, a fence line. Just the way you draw it up in a textbook. Come around the fence line till it got downwind of the call, but it never got downwind to me. Now it's time to go out and retrieve this coyote. That's what we were looking for. It was really windy. The coyote tried to come work around us, get to the wind. Didn't quite make it. Hand calls are great, very difficult to use on a windy day. Use electronics, you'll harvest more coyotes like we did in this one.
I'm on him. I'm on him.
Hey, hey. That coyote came in fast. He was on fire. We had a hard time stopping him. It's March. You wouldn't think distress would work that well, but it's been cold for a couple of days. We got some snow, hit the distress call, turned it on loud, and this thing came coming in hard. This is a fur buyer's dream right here. Pure white coyote, totally prime, heavy guard hairs, absolutely perfect. It's a big old male. Came in for his free rabbit lunch, and unfortunately it wasn't a rabbit in his case. We're about ready to wrap up the season. We were out on a couple of stands today. This is the second coyote we harvested today. Both nice, big, mature male coyotes. So that's, if you're gonna wrap up the season, that's the way to do it.
As much as I love to hunt deer and turkeys, Mark knows that predators have always been my passion. When he asked me if I was interested in going to Alberta to hunt coyotes, I jumped at the chance. He was sending me up to hunt with Corey Jarvis, Three Rivers Adventures. Mark had been talking about all the coyotes up there, and I couldn't wait to get there. The plan was I was going to meet a couple of Mark's cameramen at Minneapolis-St. Paul at the airport.
On time. That's good.
Aaron and Josh were right on time. I hadn't been there too long, and here they were.
Hey, it's going off early. Not as early as you.
Okay, we're headed to Canada. We're going to kill some coyotes. The steward had just said turn off electronics. So.
Hi, Sleep Beauty.
That's my cameraman. I hope he's rested up for the onslaught. Our flight was uneventful. We flew into Calgary, rented a car, and headed south. I know this is gonna be right here somewhere.
We're never gonna be able to get any coyotes if you can't start the car. I feel really retarded. You can't figure this out.
Well, the horn's still in the same place.
We're done.
Keep your foot on the brake. Hit the power button again till you see the ready sign. Alright, the car is on now.
Okay.
A girl showed me this thing in there. She kept pulling this thing out. And I thought it was a key. I'm not real sure what it's for, but anyway, this thing doesn't use a key, so. As soon as we were unpacked, Corey pulled in and said, let's go, we got to sight these rifles in. Mark had sent an Encore and a new Icon up for us to hunt with. He'd sent some Nikon scopes and Corey had them mounted. Okay, we just got the guns and the scopes up here to Corey kind of just last minute. He got them on today and got them halfway zeroed. Anyway, we're going to fine tune them here real quick. We've still got a little daylight. We got the Icon pretty much where we want it. We're not real sure on the Encore yet, so we're going to wait till tomorrow and take a break and fine tune it a little more. But we got a shotgun ready to go and the Icon, so I think if we do our part, the guns will do theirs. The next morning we were geared up and ready to go. Okay, we just passed two coyotes back here and they're headed this way. We've come down and we've got ahead of them. Anyway, we got the truck parked under a rise here. We're just gonna pop up there and try to call to them.
They're both right up here on the horizon. I don't know if we can get in a spot where we can set up on. First one dropped out of sight, now the second one's getting ready to. As soon as that happens, we're gonna break over here and set up.
I think these two coyotes here have wandered off a little too far. We'll either try and get back around them or go after another bunch.
Our first set was uneventful that morning, but the second set was what Corey called a train track trick.
Well, down these train tracks, there's usually some coyotes that like to hang out because there's no roads close by, so.
We got on a set of tracks and followed it down to a nice little open area where we could peek up and check it out. We had no longer got off the tracks and was getting ready to set up, and Corey said, get down.
Sure enough, as often happens, getting into position, I spotted a coyote, so we had to set up right there and we began to call. Tad was doing the calling this morning, and on his first calls, the wind was too strong and the coyote didn't hear us.
I switched to the new open reed mad caller and he immediately heard that.
Heard that.
From then on, she came on a string, nice and easy like we like.
Wasn't very long and the coyote was right in range and starting to get a little cautious. Luckily we had the decoy out in front of us. Kept our eye on that decoy most of the time. Worked out good. Good calling, Dad.
Good shot, man. That was awesome.
Second stand of the day. First coyote called in. Lots of day ahead of us, so we better go take a look and see what we got.
Well, that's a perfect start to the day, my friend.
Thank you, and
thank you for
the new
making a
Thompson
shot.
Center bolt action did its trick.
That's a sweet little gun now.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, when we were sighting it last night, I was real impressed with the trigger, and I think we're going to give it a workout while we're here.
I had a good opportunity, and I took the shot. Had our first coyote down.
We're going to go find us another one.
Let's do it.
You think there's another one or two around?
Well, we'll probably get lucky and find one or two more.
We were off and running to the next place.
We didn't have any more action until about mid-afternoon.
Corey finally said, we got to head to the river and get out of this wind.
We got to get out of the wind so they can hear our call. That's our biggest problem.
Once we got to the river and got down out of the wind, our first set yielded our next coyote.
We were just about to leave and I spotted a coyote sitting over on the bank that had come in to look.
Trouble was, he was across the river.
The rivers had broken open and the ice was flowing down, so the coyote didn't want to cross too badly, so he laid there on the bank and wouldn't come any closer. We decided our only chance was to sneak down a little bit closer, cut off about 50 yards and take a shot. Josh and I inched down over to the bank and well, we got set up and I took a shot across the river. Looks like I threw a little dirt up at his feet. I don't know where I hit, but I wasn't gonna cross that river. It was too runny. I probably should have laid down, but that wind is kicking up a storm, so.
Well, he's worth a poke anyway.
As soon as we sit down here and goes, we need to be on the other side, he goes, I know that's full of coyotes over there. And then when the coyote showed up, he goes, I told you we should have been on the other side. We continued to call the rest of the day and battled the wind. Anyway, we ended up with the one coyote and the one miss. The next morning, the plan was to split up into two teams.
My son Tyler was in camp and he was looking forward to trying to get a chance at shooting a coyote with one of these new Thompson Center rifles. Matt, one of my good friends and coyote callers, him and Josh took off one way and Aaron, Tad, myself, and Tyler went the other way. We'd made a few sets, no action yet, but I got another place for us to try just up over the hill.
We had the decoy right between us so we could cover two different angles.
All right, we're gonna give it another try here. The wind's not as bad right through here, but I'm gonna call down across these little hills and through this scrub diamond willow brush here, so should have some action here, hopefully. Looks like a good spot.
What do you think, Tyler?
I think we should get one, hopefully.
Once we got into position in these rolling hills, it looked like it was gonna be a real good spot, and we began doing some calling. It wasn't long and Tyler said, Dad, here come two coyotes.
We were excited because we finally had coyotes on the run and they were coming right at us and closing the distance.
I'm on the lead one.
Can I take him? Can I shoot him?
No, just let him keep coming.
Tyler in his excited youth was wanting to shoot him, I kept saying, Tyler, let him keep coming, they're gonna get in shotgun range.
About that time they hit our wind, about 150 yards out.
Oh, Tyler.
Oh, I missed. Dang it.
The coyotes were about 150 yards out when they hit our wind. They took one last look at the decoy. That's when Tyler took his shot. He was really beating himself up over that miss.
That's a good lesson for Tyler, so he's looking forward to getting back on him, and now it just makes him even more excited. We kept contact throughout the day with Josh and Matt. Looks like they were having about the same luck as us.
Matt is an accomplished predator caller up here who had taken already over 70 coyotes this season. Him and Corey are good buddies, and Corey knew that he knew the coyotes and how to call them.
We just spotted a couple coyotes back on this hill, so we're going to walk along this ridge, and hopefully they won't wind us, and we can probably get within gun range anyway. There's four.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Sneak up here a little bit and I'll start calling. Okay.
As soon as we go to sight, we'll move and set up a little bit better. We're kind of sitting right on the edge of the hill there. It looks like they're gonna come over, so hopefully we get a shot. shot over him. Jeez. Well, we just missed him. I was a little ways out there. I figured he was 500 yards and I shot over his back, so he probably was closer. But that's the way it goes, I guess. Well, we'll try this spot. Grab old Wiley the coyote, a decoy. There's some trees and an old lake bottom just over this hill here. Some tall grass. It's a pretty good low spot, and it's probably a pretty good place to set up and try calling a coyote. Oh, we're just gonna put this decoy right in here and see if we can call a coyote out of these bushes. We're just gonna go set up back over here ways. This is probably a pretty good spot just right over here. It's nice and dry. I was seeing lots of coyotes this morning. We were out all morning looking around and we seen over 20 coyotes. We set up and called and we haven't had nothing come in. It's just afternoon now and this is our first setup and we'll just see if we can call a coyote out of here. Oh, there's one right there. He's coming. He's coming through those willows right there. Yeah. Oh, that's sweet. I can't believe how long he stood there and looked at us. Should we go down and take a look at him?
Yeah.
Let's go. I think this decoy really helped us because I gave the coyote something to concentrate on. We put it out here in the open. I'm pretty sure this helped us out a lot. I've never used one before and I'm sure gonna get one now. That's for sure. Hey, would you look at that? We're finally on the board. Now, we had a rough morning this morning. We seen lots of coyotes. They just wouldn't commit. They'd come in a little ways and hold up. But here this afternoon, this is our second setup, and we put the decoy out here in the open. So when the coyote came through the bush or whatever, it would see the decoy, and I'm pretty sure that held the coyote in for us, and we got a shot off. And we finally picked one up. So we're pretty happy about that. That was the first time I shot a coyote on video, so I was really excited. We tried several more setups. We've seen a few more coyotes, but we weren't able to call any more in. So we called it a day and went back out the next morning.
Alberta, Three Rivers Adventures. We have lost Corey for the day, but we have Matthew here to save the day.
I hope.
Anyway, we're gonna try some crazy stuff today. It's, you know, we think it can't hurt. Going to use multiple decoys, maybe some breeding sounds, breeding positions with the decoys. We're not going to get too graphic, but anyway, we're just going to change things up a little bit. Pretty this morning, cool, crisp, no wind. I'm ready to go. What about you?
I'm so ready.
You're so ready. That's what I like to hear.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't long we were at the foothills. We were seeing moose and coyotes on their feet already. Well, that's definitely something we don't see back home in Missouri, is moose. At our second set, as we were setting up, Aaron goes, there's a coyote right there. We had one coming across right in front of us.
Coyote right there. Don't move, coyote right there. I don't think he sees us.
Despite our best efforts, he wouldn't come. About that time, the wind started bucking again, and it was pretty much a rerun of the day before.
I decided to get out of the wind, we'd have to go down to the river bottoms.
It was quite a hill looking over a big pretty drainage. We dropped down in there on the Belly River where we could see for a long ways and kind of get out of the wind.
And right away we spotted a coyote. So we quickly set up, put up the decoys, and started a distress call.
Amazingly, for the distance and the wind, the coyotes heard us immediately and started coming. It wasn't long, there was a second one with it. This was a great hunt. Those coyotes came for a long ways, give us a good view, and then when they got halfway across, they spotted the decoys.
the coyote on the ice laid down and decided just to kind of sit and watch, see how things played out.
And then the other one held up in the trees. We couldn't see it through the trees, but it was sure barking and howling at us. That was a really neat experience. We tried to coax the coyote in and we could see. We coaxed and nothing happened.
Finally, he got up and he had enough of it. He was bored, he was headed out. I told Matthew, if you've got a shot, you better take it.
She's about 275 yards. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot. She's standing broadside.
Oh, just under. Score, yes!
High five. Congratulations, man. Woo. That's cool. I didn't know she was going to give you a second shot.
Me
You
neither.
just barely shot over her back the first shot. I mean, you dumped her the second shot.
Yeah.
That was cool. Congratulations, Matthew. That was a great shot, man.
Took the first shot, hit right over top the back. Tad started doing the coyote. Coyote stopped again, got the second shot off, knocked it down.
Matthew had to head home, but Corey was going to join us for one last hoorah Monday morning. Dawn broke nice and calm. It was no wind. It was beautiful out. Corey said, let's go straight back to the house here. I got a big valley I want to try.
Okay, boys, last morning in Alberta. Beautiful, beautiful morning, no wind. Sun's just coming up. We got a flight to catch here, and we got to leave in about 2 hours. So we got an hour to hunt, see if we can end this trip on a positive note. So we've had fun so far. It's just been tough, but anyway, we will be back.
First set yielded nothing. Earlier that morning, we'd heard some coyotes on up the river, so I did a locator call before we moved on.
We can hear some coyotes up the river. Let's go give it another try.
We were just about to slip into position when Corey said, get down. He had spotted a coyote on the ice just over the hill from where we were going to hunt. With both decoys in position, we slid up and peeked over the edge.
I made a quick little series on the call. They quickly turned their attention to us, and all they could see were the decoys sitting out in front of us on the point.
I see that front one, Corey. I can't see the back one. Where's he at?
They're 165 yards. I can try calling them. I can just shoot them.
Okay, that one's walking right towards us. He sees that decoy, I think. What do you want to do? I got a shot at that front one.
I'll take the one that's laying down. On 3.
All right, you count them.
I got the back one, you take the front one. You got the front one?
All right, I got the front one.
I got the back one.
1, 2, 3. You got yours.
You get yours.
Mine's coming up the hill.
Hey, no, to the right, to the right, to the right.
I'm on him. I'm on him. Take him whenever.
I hate that 1, 2, 3 crap.
Well, last morning, finally got ourselves something. I think we hit both of them. We got to go see where mine went. It looked like I hit it, but it ran off. So now the hike down and back up, I guess. So.
Well, I finally got a shot opportunity, Corey. I thought, here, I came all the way to Alberta coyote hunting. I'm going to leave without pulling the trigger, but
Yeah, it worked out good. I mean, the wind's in our favor today. It's nice and calm, and we were able to slip in here on these coyotes and give these Thompson centers a try.
And yeah, I finally got my first opportunity to shoot the icon at a coyote. Anyway, I made the shot, and sweet little rifle, and it all worked out. I think you spotted these down here working on that little mule deer carcass. And anyway, we ended the hunt on a great note, killing a double. So man, I appreciate it. Appreciate you having us in, and man, we're looking forward to coming back. Well, like I said, we got a flight to catch. We got cameras to pack and gear to pack, so we better, and a heck of a hill to climb. So anyway,
the worst part is the hill.
Yep. It's a great ending to our trip. The hunting was hard, but we hunted hard, we stayed in there, and it paid off.
You know, at Drury Outdoors, our videos truly are different. Thanks for watching Predator Madness 4.
We hope you enjoyed this food chain tug-of-war. And remember, it was created for you.